really great school. We have a really great daughter. Our daughter gets all A's most of the time. She's a cross-country runner. She's very disciplined, very organized. She's just an overall great kid. And I would say she's a little bit of a leader. She likes to have friends, and she's just real social. So the challenge that I was having with my daughter is that it seemed like every time she was in a situation where she had to stand up for herself, she wouldn't do it. So for example, last summer she went to camp and she came home in tears because this one girl had been picking on her and falsely accusing her of taking her stuff, which my daughter did not do. But my daughter did not know how to deal with it. She didn't have the skills. And then some other instances like that came up at school. They were small, but they're big for eighth graders. So my thought was, how do I help Claire get the confidence she needs to stand up for herself? Because it wasn't as if we had a problem with motivation. She does her homework, she gets good grades, those weren't the issues at all, and she's just an overall good kid. And so I thought about maybe I should take her to therapy. And then I did some research on it, and I thought, I don't know that therapy is the right answer for this. So then I did a Google search, and my Google search consisted of, how do I teach my daughter confidence? What books or classes are out there? And then I found Dr. RJ's name on a Google search. I'm also on Facebook, and at about the same time, I had also seen a number of ads for Dr. RJ on Facebook. But I did some more research on Google. I read his website, read a lot of the reviews, and then I contacted Dr. RJ's office and set up an appointment. So why did I choose Dr. RJ? After reading all of his reviews and really going through his website and looking at all the things that he tackled, I felt confident that this was worth a shot. The other thing that I liked about Dr. RJ's program is that he has the parents involved, and I can talk about that in a minute, but I think that's a big component of my daughter's success in his program. So as far as what changes I've recognized in Claire while she's been in the program, I think she's more confident. And that was really my goal of putting her in the program, was that I wanted her to develop the confidence to stand up for herself and take care of herself. The other thing that I think has really helped her is the goal setting. So for example, she is getting a B in math right now. Math is getting hard in 8th grade, and I can't help her. My husband can, because he's an engineer and he knows how to do all of that. I don't. So the most I can do is tell her to go to tutoring, but that's not really that helpful. So Claire and I talked about how she could get her grade from a B to an A, and she actually came up with her own 4-point plan. And it sounded just like something Dr. RJ would say in one of his podcasts. She came up with a 4-point plan as to what she's going to do to go from a B to an A. And so that's where we're at right now. And hopefully by the end of the semester, she'll meet her goal. And even if she doesn't receive an A at the end of the semester, that's okay, because she's going through the process of putting together her plan to hopefully get an A. And so as far as these changes with our daughter, how have they affected our lives? I think my husband and I and Claire, I think we're all a lot happier. Not that we were unhappy, but when there's stress or strife with one person in the household, it affects everybody. And so I just think we're all a lot happier is the bottom line. And what do I like the most about life coaching? This kind of requires a 2-part answer for me. So with Dr. RJ's program, for people who don't know how it works, he has meetings on Sundays with just the teenagers, and he gives them advice. And then after the teenager meeting is over, he meets with the parents, and it's just a Q&A. Parents can ask questions, and I've never asked a question, but I've learned a lot from listening to Dr. RJ's answers to the other parents' questions. So that's very helpful. But I think the other thing that people need to know if they sign up for the program is that they really need to take advantage of the modules. So on the parent website, he has a bunch of videos you can watch. And the very last module, module 6, is a module on coaching. And I want to say there's like 5 or 6 videos where he goes through how to coach your children. And I have followed that advice, and I think it's really been effective. So if you sign up for the program, I highly suggest you watch the videos and the modules because you'll get a lot out of them. He also has a module with videos on emotions. I want to say there's like 10 or 12 videos on that one. It's definitely worth your time to watch the videos on that. And then with the teenagers, they have their own website, and I know Claire has watched the videos as well. So I think if you go to the classes on Sunday and you do the homework with watching the modules or the videos that are part of the modules, then I think you can really have the greatest impact with your child. The other thing I've been doing that's not part of his program is I've been listening to his podcasts, and I've been telling all my friends who have teenagers, you really need to listen to the podcast from Dr. RJ. They're free, and you get lots of really great advice. And then the other thing that I think is really helpful is Dr. RJ focuses on the fact that before you can coach your child or really have much effect on them, you have to have a good relationship with your child. And so I've really followed his advice on various things such as no double pain, smiling, telling your child that you love them and you're proud of them and you believe in them. So I've been following all of the things Dr. RJ has recommended, which has led to me having a better relationship with Claire. And because we have a better relationship, she's more open to us having a discussion about how she's going to meet her goals. So I think that's the biggest takeaway from Dr. RJ is first you have to have a good relationship. And then once you have a good relationship, then you can go into the coach mode as a parent. So you have to get the basics down first, and then you can go into coach mode. And I think his advice is just wonderful.